We'll include that.
Did you get that on camera?
Oh, fuck me. Great. That will actually be going in.
Welcome to Casting Couch.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. So, sadly, no wine this time because, well, being honest, Dylan doesn't want to have a drink. So, we're going to just carry on this sort of like podcast vibe video. Obviously, we done the Would You Rather. We had the other video where we had wine and we were just chatting about different things. And we enjoyed doing that. It was fun. Got on to some interesting conversations. So, I just decided let's try and keep that going a little bit. So, in this episode, I suppose, we're just going to touch on kind of what we finished on in the last video before my camera cut out, which is like the perception of the fitness industry and the perception of personal trainers as well. So just starting off with like, what do you think is like the general public's like perception of the fitness industry?
I feel like that's a hard question. It's depending on how people look at, like, depending on what angle you're coming from. Like, if you're looking at the fitness industry from social media aspect, I think people kind of look at it as if like you kind of need to be up your own arse.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
makes sense. Like, you kind of need to be the type, just because there's so many influencers out there that, well, influencers, you know what I mean. But like, there's so many people out there that try to have this influence, but they put across this like perfect life type thing, and then it makes people think that they need to have this ideal perfect life, that training has to be 100% perfect, nutrition needs to be perfect. But if you
else
look
there's
at,
no point.
but then if you look at it from the aspect of maybe folk going into a CrossFit gym, the community's always fucking buzzing, people are over the moon, folk egg people on all the time, there's such a supportive community. That aspect is fantastic. But if you look at it from an influencer's perspective, it's not that great.
Like the influencer or like someone looking like...
Both.
Yeah, no.
Like, so somebody looking, so if you, because I'm just like thinking from my personal experience of when I was younger, insecure, slightly overweight, just quite chubby, didn't want to like take my top off, or like I always kind of wanted to wear baggy clothing. And when I first came into the fitness industry, and the first thing you do is you Google things.
Yeah.
So you either Google things, you'll see all these muscle fitness magazines, and you'll come across folks' YouTube channels. Like, fuck, for me back in the day, mate, it was Mike Chang.
Was he not that abs guy, son?
No, that was Athlete X.
Oh, right.
Mike Chang was another dude. He was just this massive guy, and I in my head I was like, I want to look like him, and then I never did.
No, I totally get what you mean.
And it's like, yeah, mate, I just think if you're coming into the fitness industry and then you Google things, you're going to find the wrong things about the fitness industry. You're going to find the things that aren't great.
Yeah, I think right off first glance is like the fitness industry, probably like historically as well, because it's very closely tied with like bodybuilding and physique, and it's all about being like shredded, and the guys in the magazines and the women on the magazines and things like that. And I think people's perception of it, like, generally is like, if you work in the fitness industry, like if you are a personal trainer, you're a bit up your own arse. Like, you are a narcissistic sort of like arsehole. And I think that like sort of puts people off it, and I think it might be a big reason why a lot of people get put off maybe hiring a coach or anything like that, but also just like even trying to get fit, because it's like, I'm never going to reach this impossible height that like just isn't even real. Like, it's not even real. But I think another thing that's really annoying about the fitness industry, and it has a big thing to do, like it has a big impact to the perception of it from the public's perspective, is how easily accessible it is. So like, for example, like these
qualification wise,
not even qualification wise. I don't want to go into like, I don't even mean just coaching. Like, people who post about fitness a bit are considered part of the fitness industry. You know, like social, like
fake influencers.
Not but even influencers. A lot of influencers they become influencers, and they think, oh, I can make a bit of money out of the fitness.
I know from personal experience that half the influencers are not influencers.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, no, what I was just gonna say there is like, but that you see that all the time. It's like, oh, an influencer maybe runs out of ideas, so I'm gonna start going into fitness because I've got a bit of a nice body, and like, there's no regulation on it, so you just go like straight in.
Yeah, or it's, what I was meaning is the opposite direction of, I've got a good body, I'm just going to jump into fitness. get your following for fitness and then just fuck off for fitness.
Yeah, totally.
So like it works with both ways, but when you said easily accessible, I thought you meant like for coaching, but no, like to actually just become like a.
I mean, it is part of the coaching as well.
I didn't like using the word influencer because nobody, like all these people who are like, are you meaning like it's easily accessible for the people to, maybe the girl that has a nice arse or a guy who has like
in general
genetically decent abs, and then they, a couple thousand followers, they jump on and then they start giving bullshit advice and they have a 20% discount code for this bullshit company.
Well, yeah, but that's what I mean. When we think of like the perception of it, right? Literally, someone can easily claim they are like a fitness expert or fucking whatever, especially through social media. So you don't know who's giving the right advice, who's, you know, you can you know, quickly become this fitness person and part of this fitness industry that someone might look to when you literally have no idea.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that, like, you know, same idea, like, that's why you get, like, really, really fucking top tier coaches and that, and then you get, like, dog shit. Like these fitness influencers who claim, like, they're coaching people when they're sending the same plans off to, like, one person.
Cookie cutter plans just constantly sent off.
Yeah. And that's why people can get really put off, because if you get given one of these, like, cookie cutter bullshit plans where they slash your calories and maybe you're doing, like, ridiculous amounts of work that don't even take any consideration into your lifestyle, like, you fail, you're just gonna think, like, well, I can't ever do this.
Yeah.
Like, I can't. Because this is the only, like, this is how they do it. This is how, like, if this person's plan is like this, every person that's into fitness must do it this way.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? And that's just not true whatsoever.
Yeah, the one thing that's, I think social media is kind of changing now, but like, for instance, when we first kind of entered the fitness industry type thing.
Well, you entered it before me.
Yeah, well, for instance, when I entered it, everything I googled was all bodybuilders, physique athletes, like you were saying earlier, which led me on to doing physique competitions, and I thought that was like the epitome of fitness. Like, I thought if I wanted to, the reason I'd done it was to better my business, because I thought that doing this competition and being shredded was going to get people to come want to work with me, when it was the complete opposite. It was making people scared of me in a sense. Like, they didn't want to, because they thought you're an egotistical cunt.
Yeah.
Like, excuse the word, not unless you're not Scottish, you'll probably not like that word. Like, yeah, like, it's kind of changing now though. Like, I feel like, because you do get all the fucking petty bullshit that you see on social media, and I didn't want to get in it because it might cause a bit of controversy, but like, as much as I don't like it personally, like, it is changing the fitness industry.
Yeah, like the call out culture, almost. Is that what you're referring to?
Nah, I'm more meaning like, see how you get the people that'll post like, I don't even know how to explain it without trying to offend people, mate. Like, I just kind of do it.
Well, maybe we'll just skip
like,
by. We'll skip by that.
I'll have a think of how I can word it without having
But I think like where you were getting onto there is that idea is kind of changing. I think there is like a culture shift right now within fitness of, you know, there's always going to be that physique focus, like, you know, always about being shredded and lean ideal attached to fitness. I don't think you can get away from that. But I think more and more now, like, the focus is becoming more about sustainability, you know, and trying to make it suit you, and you don't have to do fitness in order, and then the only way is not just being this, you know, physique type person, like this bodybuilder, like, and there's a lot much more focus on health, on, you know, performance, on other aspects, and getting to a place you're most comfortable with that suits you, opposed to just aspiring for this impossible dream that can get sold in the industry.
Like, what I was meaning is, like, back then it used to be shredded abs, lift heavy, you need to be this, if you're not this, you're not fucking grinding hard enough. Motivational videos type shit, right? Whereas now it's at the stage of, you're getting all these influencers telling you, if you've binged, it's completely okay, honey, it's fine, you've done great over the 5 days, and you've binged Saturday, Sunday, but that's okay because that's human. It's like, fuck off. No, it's not. That's a disorder that needs to get sorted.
Nah.
And it's now becoming extremely because you've got all these influencers who I didn't even think half of them actually have eating disorders. They're playing off it to get more followers, and they're playing off it to get more comments, to get more engagement, to then boost their own influencer fucking
like there was that whole
business.
fad where like all these influencers
mate,
were
like,
pushing their tummy out and like sitting with their rolls and stuff like that, which like I do get some of them probably were genuine.
I liked that full phase. It's completely overdone now though.
Yeah.
Like folk,
people took it for like a ride.
mate,
like
2 or 3 folk done it, it blew up, it raised tons of awareness. Now every fucker does the same post, and it's, you can tell they're doing it because they've went, oh, this is blown up, I'm going to do it now. And it's like you're getting people saying, oh, I'm so body conscious, I'm so body this, body that. For instance, when I compete, and I can tell for first hand that when you have body dysmorphia, you don't fucking talk about it. You don't show, and you're so insecure in how you look, and that's how I felt after my first show. I was completely insecure. I didn't want to take my top off. If I was going on nights out, it was baggy fucking jumpers, which has now led me into always wearing baggy clothes because I've just got that mentality. And you see all these girls going, oh, so today, I hate saying it's only girls, but it is only girls that I see doing this, and it's, oh, today I had such a bad body image day, but here's a picture of my arse.
right, okay, yeah.
It doesn't fit
the narrative.
It doesn't fit, it doesn't sit well with me. I'm not going to go into this, but anxiety and depression, although they're 2 topics that I'm glad that people talk about, there's too many people on social media using anxiety and depression as buzzwords because it's now popular. It's popular.
Mental health has become like
and
so you know how we were talking about that culture shift.
Yeah.
It's almost went from that one way of being like this very, what's the word? Like I say, narcissistic, egotistical thing. I don't know. I said that like 5 times, and now it's transitioning. It is getting better, but now it's kind of going so much the other way, where it's like everyone's trying to become almost like too accepting, wishy-washy, and you know, we all talk about mental health. We all believe we're huge advocates of mental health. Talking about it, this is a big reason why we do this. I think it's good for us as well. But mental health is becoming like this popular trend to just talk about and use, similar to like body positivity and things like that. And you can tell when it's genuine. You can tell when it's not.
You can, and it infuriates me because folk might think you're a total arsehole for like calling shit like that out, but like I know, like from like first hand, like I know folk like family and stuff severely anxious all the time, and a few friends I've got like that have like been pals with and helped them through the years with like severe depression. Like when like, and it just infuriates me so much because like there is people who have people close to them, or people who are going through it themselves with genuine depression, genuine like anxiety, like not being able to leave the house. Like there's people with actual genuine like problems, and then you've got these folk thrown around as if it's just like a blasé fucking buzzword on social media just for the clout. And it fucking
and again I think this all attaches to like the perception of it, because like you see you have a lot of people who are trying to do serious good, and they maybe, like you say, the first people to do these posts were genuine, and then it gets taken for a ride, and that all attaches to like the perception of it. And I think one thing I want to touch on, and it's kind of been in my head for a while now, recently, like I've been seeing it a lot on Twitter, I've even seen it amongst my friends. Like obviously on my social media is a lot pushed hard for gyms to open during lockdown, yada yada yada, and signing petitions, always trying to promote it. And what I've been seeing a lot coming up now is, like on Twitter for example, many times, like, what do these gym people think, like they're above everyone else and that they're better than everyone else, and that gyms are the only thing that matters. And I think that example right there, along with kind of like how gyms are perceived by even like the government and stuff, like kind of shows that, because it's still like there's still this egotistical bunch that just think like everything revolves around the gym and stuff like that.
I can see where you're coming from for that, but in terms of like, if we just take into account the pandemic, gyms are closed, and you've got the gym goers saying needs to be open, mental health, physical health, blah 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 blah, like all that. Then you've got like all these politicians, and you've got people who are like what you're saying, just don't want the gyms open. I don't think that's because they think folk are egotistical and folk are like
not the government.
No, not the government. But I also mean, but like they've just got. I suppose they have got that skewed perception of it, but you can't help that because they're just people who don't care about their health.
Yeah.
Like at the end of the day, they're folk who just couldn't give a fuck about what they put in their body. They don't care about how they look. They don't care. They don't think far ahead of I want to live longer when I'm older.
I don't want to be fucked.
Yeah, I don't want to be
60.
70-year-old and be like sitting in a care home and not being able to go and play with my grandchildren.
Yeah,
like they're not thinking that far ahead. They're not thinking anything of like the gyms. So in their head, they're thinking they're fucking pointless.
Yeah, but I even like totally agree with what you're saying there. But also, when I say like, do you want to fill it up?
No, you're right.
Yeah, no, just like the perception from like other people. Like when I see the tweets like that, just from like people of the public, things like that, is they think that they think like, for example, I'm saying that gyms should be open during lockdown because I think gyms are above everything else. And I think that is like because it's like that perception of what people are like within the fitness industry. But I have never once said, or anyone has said, that gyms should be open like above other things. And like it's up to gym like us to fight for our own industry. I'd hope that say like pubs, restaurants like had the data that the gyms had, and the gyms were like, you know, higher percentage of infections or whatever, that they would fight for it. For their own things, you know what I mean? It's not a case of like, you know, I want gyms to be open and nothing else. It's just you've got to fight for your own thing, especially when you work in it and when you see the good that it does, like the real good, not, you know, just wanting to get in there to film some content for a YouTube channel, like how much it helps people change, how much it really impacts them. You know, I think that's the things that people don't actually see, you know, and that's a big reason.
Yeah, I do think they should be held higher regard than pubs and restaurants though.
I do, no,
I personally think gyms should be open above all else, anything else, and it's not coming from because it's our industry. Even if I wasn't in the fitness industry, see not.
But I think that's hard for you to say because you.
No, but see not having a, but there's, so like people want the pub to be open, so they can go and have a drink.
But
they can come in and they can sit in the house and have a drink.
But you can say, but this
not everybody can work at home. Not everybody can go and have a home workout, mate. Like what if you've got a single parent, 3 kids, who has a tiny 1-bedroom apartment or studio apartment and has absolutely zero fucking space to train. So it's all easy to just we'll go off outside and go for a run. We live in Scotland, mate, and it's the middle of winter. What if it's pissing with rain? Like the other day, snowing, ice, you can't run in that, can you?
No.
Like,
although, yeah, I get that, but I think the thing is, like, against that attitude of, like...
I'm getting riled up there.
Yeah, like, I get what you're saying, and I obviously agree with you, but where I'm coming from is, like, other things are important for people's mental health particularly. I think a lot of people have a go at, like, us for thinking, like, gyms are the only thing to help mental health. Like... And like what I mean is like, you know, like I enjoy the pub as much as the next guy, but it's not just pubs. It's things like being able to go, I don't know, go
the fucking zoo.
Like, yeah, the zoo, club, whatever people enjoy, they're being taken. It's being taken away from them as well. And I think they perceive it when we try and fight and use the data and stuff like that, that it is above that when it's not. I understand that other things matter for other people. I totally get that, way more than gyms, but if you have the data and you have that that actual useful information, I'd hope that regardless of what industry it was, you'd fight too. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I mean, like, even for me though, it's like, see if somebody goes, like, so for instance, if folk are saying that the gyms, we say gyms benefit mental health, then I'm assuming on Twitter, because it just seems to be the place that everything gets...
Yeah, that's where like stuff is like.
You'll have coming out and saying, but I go to the pub for my mental health. And it's like, fair, you might go to the pub and get pissed for your mental health for that night, but then how do you feel for 3 days after? You're depressed, you're anxious, you're all this. Your state of mind is stemming from this one moment of like
pleasure.
Clarity and pleasure, and then it's stemming further on. Whereas, so that's got a
negative
back and forth of, so it's back and forth of positive, like high, boom, negative. Whereas the gyms, it's just going to be that constantly. The gyms are a steady state of constantly bettering your mental health, whereas going for a drink in the pub, mate, isn't. Like, I don't know if this is just because I know through personal experience as well that when I fucking sink back 15 pints, I wake up and I'm depressed for about 4 days.
Yeah, you really struggle.
Like, I get it bad. So
I do get bad anxiety from it, and I'll admit, I'm very open about my anxiety, and like I agreed with what you were saying before about people that use like the buzzwords. Because see, when I'm anxious, like just an example, fucking there, like when I was sitting waiting to see how much my car was going to cost me to fix, I literally couldn't do anything. Like I was literally like, I physically need someone to distract myself until I know. So just reverting back to that, but like, yeah, again, you are correct in what you're saying. That's what I said to other people. Like, it's much easier to justify gyms than it is like a pub or anything like that. It's like, again, it's not our fault that we have a case.
Yeah,
does that make sense?
Plus, I can see why they're coming through the gyms. Like if you with pubs and restaurants. Like if you look at it from an economy standpoint, then.
No, I get why. Why. I'm just not. I'm trying to just stick to the idea of like people like, and again, people think that we like shout about it and stuff, and we're just these big idiots that don't know what we're talking about. You know, we're not just shouting for like no reason. Of course, if gyms were a big problem, I'd want them to be closed. Like I'm not. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like if they were like seriously, like ruining the numbers and like unfair like. Home workouts it is, but they're not.
Yeah, exactly, that's a simple thing, they're not. Anyway, moving on from that, because we've already talked for like 25 minutes, I've just realised. But one interesting we touched on in the last video we done like this was the perception of being a personal trainer. Now, when I think of this, I think about like when I initially started seeing people, like I said earlier on that I wanted to be a personal trainer, and kind of the perception of like others on that. Because now obviously we're both personal trainers, coaches. You know, we're not like we're living a decent life, got this flat, everything's going all right, and like a lot of people just view it as almost like this. You know, oh you failed as an athlete, you struggle with this, just be a personal trainer type of idea.
But you get shat on.
Yeah, long story short.
If somebody,
I need to get better at just like saying
just right up at the bat, mate. If when I first told folk I wanted to be a PT, it was like laugh in the face. Not by everybody, but certain folk being like, "You'll not make money PTing." I was like, "Cool, mate."
Yeah.
Sound.
I said this in the last video, and you were so shocked. But I remember saying like when I was doing my PT qualification or when I was signing up for it, like I was saying how I wanted to like PT during uni and make money and I'll see where it kind of went from there. And one of them like looked at me and just went, like basically good luck. I was like, what? And so even they didn't think like, especially doing it during uni was possible, and it's actually crazy.
Yeah.
Like how looked down upon the job is.
It's because you get a bunch of sleazy bastards though, mate. Like
Kind of links back to what we said before.
Yeah, you get a lot of guys away shagging clients, not being professional. You get so many folk like being on. Mate, the amount of PTs that I've come across when I've worked in gyms that say they're busy and they're not busy.
Yeah,
like
it's easy to lie.
Being a personal trainer for 90% of the people is how good are you at lying.
Fake it till you make it.
Yeah, but then they don't make it. Like no, but that's the thing though, mate. Like there's like statistics showing that like I think it was within the first 2 years, like 80% of PTs would go bankrupt or.
I remember hearing that. I think it might be less than that.
Or I want to say 6 months, mate.
I think it is.
I want to say it was 6 months.
It's 6 months
but
or
like,
a year anyway.
Just say it was that. Just even say it's a year, mate. Within a year, like 80% of PTs quit and get another job because they can't make an income from it.
Yeah.
Like that just goes to show how fucking hard of an industry it is to actually make some decent cash, mate.
Yeah, but when you do, it's so like
it's rewarding, mate.
But I think that also tells the people who love it to the people who
mate. Because like if you because it's being honest, I never made good money, mate, for about 3.5-4 years, and I've been PT now for 7.
Yeah.
Like my first 3-4 years, I made virtually fuck all. I put myself in debt in my second year, just trying to move to a city to PT, and like, so like, but I'd done it because I loved it. I didn't care about scraping by every month. Like I didn't mind it. A wee bit stressful, but like I was fine because I didn't feel like I was waking up to go to work.
Miserable.
Yeah. Like, mate, I remember before I PT'd, I was in it was a civil engineering job. I was basically a glorified fucking labourer, mate, right? And every morning I'd wake up, every night I'd go to bed with anxiety. I'd wake up in the morning depressed as fuck, like seriously down.
So you mean
maybe not depressed, like I'm fortunate that I don't think I've ever been like fully depressed,
but like, yeah.
but I was probably at the lowest point in my life, mate. Like, I was low as fuck. Pretty sure I cried a couple of times, mate, like having to get up for work, like full on like, and every time I drove to work to get like what our job was going to be for the day, I shit you not, mate, I had the thought of like, is this all life is? Like,
yeah,
I did genuinely have the thought like a couple of times, like, if this is what life is, I don't want it.
Yeah, I don't want to be
like,
on the...
not in the sense of like thinking like suicidal thoughts.
No, I get what you mean.
I was just in my head, I was like, this is going to be the rest of my life. I was like, I'm fucking miserable.
But it's almost like people would probably be surprised that you'd, call it a civil engineering job, like the name of it, to then decide, I don't want to do that, I want to be a PT. Like, there's not, for example with me, I said pretty much from the get-go, and I remember in high school, and I remember saying to one of my friends, old friends anyway, I want to be a PT, and I'm sitting next to him in class, and he said, and I'm pretty sure this is word for word, you're not going to be one of those gym freaks, are you? Like, and I was like 15, 16, something like that.
Yeah.
And like that in a nutshell is what it was and kind of what it is like. But trust me, if you love fitness and you want to do this and you play the long game and you really like keep pushing through, it is so worth it. Like, we're talking about how hard it is and we're talking about all this stuff, but
yeah.
I stand by it. The satisfaction you get when you help people is second to none. The pride in, like, most of the time within fitness you have quite a good bit of control over what you're doing, what time, etc. That's great, and again, but that's if you genuinely love it, because if you don't, you'll fall off. Like, you will.
Oh yeah, there's without a doubt. I would also add on to that is fucking outsource, mate, and get help quick. Like, I literally first 4 years no help, thought I could do it on my own, egotistical, bad move. Made fucking no money for 4 years. Then it was only last year I decided obviously to go and get help off of Phil. Fucking big ass course, a lot of money, but it helped me. Like,
yeah.
And just before that there was a few other like seminars, like type courses and stuff that I'd paid money for here and there, a couple £100 there, £100 there, and it made a massive difference, like huge difference. Like, for instance, Joe, like, he's fucking only been in the game 6 months and he's absolutely fucking killing it, mate.
Yeah,
and that's because he's outsourced for help. He's asked us.
Shout out Joe.
Yeah,
class guy.
Like, he's asked us. He's went on board with
he's got a mentor.
Fitness, which they're top of the game as well. So I'm pretty sure it's Propane anyway.
He's definitely said he's got a mentor.
And he's killing it, mate, within 6
exactly.
months. He's done 6 months, but it took me 4.5 years to do.
Yeah, and it just shows you that. Right? I kind of like you say, like, I got help. I was very lucky, so I actually did get a paid. I've talked about this before. I got a paid gym job during uni, which I was very lucky with, and that did help me a lot. And I did have that like overall like a guide almost to what more importantly like what the industry was actually like. Because 9 times out of 10 people go into the industry and don't actually realize what it is actually like. Like, you can't. It's really hard to get like a paid job, etc. So it's all private sort of idea, and I had that. And then I started, as you start to really get into it, you start to make connections obviously within the industry. And I think making the right ones and sticking close with those people make a big difference. Because, like, again, luckily I was friends with you very early on enough. And all of my, like, close fitness friends now, as I call them, really helped me in that. And like, even things like, just asking about how to post, or what about what this client's in this position, how should I do this, what would you normally do, and having that friendly person that I could ask is huge. Trying to just really be all yourself and do it that way is very difficult. And
like, as much as I shit on social media, I use social media. Use social media to find friends.
Here
like,
we are slagging it in literally as
Yeah.
we're living together.
I know. No, but it's like I didn't have, still don't have anybody from school that went into fitness. Like I had nobody to guide me. I had nobody to give me like advice on anything. And then as soon as like we kind of all merged as a group, like I've been part of a couple group chats, and it's like I've got a set few like really close friends. Like now, even though the group chats were done 3 years ago, like I've still got some close friends that I can go to for advice on the industry and stuff like that. And then again, it's good. And trying to do it yourself is just not the way to do it, mate. Like
it doesn't mean you have to like act like, so obviously for as many people you're not gonna go in and have tons of money to spend on like a coach like
yeah,
that.
you don't need to go and
But, like,
spend
just
fucking thousands of pounds.
Learning from others, don't be afraid to learn from others. Fucking hell, like even YouTube videos, like have someone talking out to you like that. Like there's so much resources there that you can learn from, and you're definitely gonna have to learn more than your fucking PT course, because that's a whole other it's a load of pish. Your PT course will. I literally can't even remember what it fucking taught me. I can't even remember if it taught me like a calorie deficit. I literally can't remember.
It doesn't. Mate, I'm literally helping Emily through it now, and the stuff in that, I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah. Like I said, the PT course is a hoop you need to jump through, get it done, but you're gonna have to really. Like I came out after that course thinking I was a dog's bollocks. I knew fuck all, like sweet zip zero. I was terrible when I first started coaching because of that, because I thought that was it. You know, I mean, I didn't know if, oh god.
Yeah, see the thing is, when you're a PT to begin with, you're hot shit, mate. Like,
yeah, you're
no
qualified, but you're not.
Mate, I look at my programs for even 3 years ago,
I don't
mate.
even want to go into this.
Like even 3 years ago, and they're complete shit. Like every year, like if I look back to last year, decent. In fact, last year, because then that's when I got True Coach. Like at one point, I was writing. Just on paper, and I wasn't even giving folk.
Well, that's in the course as well. I remember that you had to make like program templates for people, and you hand write it like.
Yeah, that's complete bullshit.
So bad. Like don't think you've made it because you've completed your course, because a dog could complete that course.
One thing I will say as well is, when you get your first couple of clients, this is if anyone's even watching who wants to go into the industry, but when you've got your first few clients, give them 150 fucking %. Like
no matter how maybe little they're paying you, give them everything.
Write their programs as well, because that's going to take the stress off of you when you're actually going to be coaching it. Because I'm telling you, from my first year, folk were just paying me. I was going in and working out, making it up in my head. I had a rough idea of like the program of going, right, we're going to do like a 3-day body split. It's going to be full body, right? So this time we're going to focus on chest, we're going to focus on back.
You could make something that was better than they could themselves, but it wasn't
like
like
at the same
structured.
time, like in my head, I'm like, and I like finishing the bench press, and I was like, what's free, type thing. Like, whereas now, they can see it on their app, they can come in, they go, right, okay, so we're doing this, and I'm like, yep, and they go like, so what's this tempo all about, and why are we doing this, and why are we doing that, and it's like,
And you can answer.
You've got full on, like, you're there, you're doing it, whereas when I first started, mate, I say I wholeheartedly apologise to anybody who hired me in my first year of personal training.
I think I can stand by that as well. Maybe first 6 months. After the first 6 months I got out of the way, I was a lot better. But
yeah, I took a bit.
But that's another, like, you're gonna make mistakes as well. Like, you're gonna fuck up, but you've got, like, that's the thing we're laughing about. But you could really make a mistake that could hurt someone or lead them down the wrong path. Like, fortunately, we've not done anything like that, but I've seen it, you can do that.
Yeah, many PTs in my, like, I had a few folk come to me, like, when PTs left, like, the studio, and then they came in basically, I got recommended. Now, it's bad that I'm shitting on these people because they recommended their clients to me, but they would come in and they'd go, I'd be like, okay, so your core lifts, compounds, so it was just one example. I was like, so, in terms of your compound lifts, what's your 3RM? And they were like, oh, I can do a 70 kilo deadlift, 70 kilo squat. For a female, pretty fucking decent, right? And I was like, decent, that's alright. I was like, right, fine. I was like, we're just going to build up in the first session, we're going to do squats, I just want to see where you're at. And we built it up to, well, she was like, oh, I normally do like 30 for a warm up. And I was like, a couple sets with the bar, jump 30, then you can go 40, 50, depending on how you feel. got to 50 kilos, mate, and fucking the form was atrociously bad. And then I got like, I didn't even want to see the deadlift, mate. I just got to deadlift with a kettlebell because I was like, I'm scared. And I was like, by any chance, do you get extremely bad back pain? And she was like, it stops me sleeping. Like, I get that bad back pain. And I was like, the shit that you've been taught in the past, I was like, he's just been one of these people that have went, they're scared to tell you when you're doing wrong.
Or even take the time to fix it.
Well, aye, like, they're scared to tell you. I find a lot of PTs do this. If they've got a client and their form's a bit dodgy, but they didn't want to tell that client, your form's shit, we're going to strip you back and we're going to do this, because they're thinking that client's going to think that the money they're spending is a complete waste of time
and they want
progression.
Yeah, exactly, 100%.
And then the PT will automatically just kind of go, oh, well,
put the weight up.
Put the weight up, we'll add another 5 kilos, that was a fantastic set.
Yeah, you just done like a double with
a
weight you've never touched
really
before.
It's,
when you're going a bit fucking this far down.
but it's complete and utter shit, mate.
No, I mean, like, I have an example, literally, the other week, like, one of my clients, obviously won't be named, working on his squat. We were building up his squat, was going good, but we got to a certain weight and the form just like went. And I was like, right, we need to get this totally sorted. And like I said, we stripped it right back. And the thing, see if people make significant improvements in their form, that is progress, and they will feel that. They'll be delighted with that.
Oh, 100%.
Like, that is a big thing. But yeah, like, that's just a little bit from us on, like, I guess, becoming a PT, perception of PT, but the overarching message of that. And I guess for me, the overarching message of the whole thing is like, if you really want to get involved with the fitness industry, there is a lot to it. There is a lot to be mindful of. But if you love it and you wholeheartedly give everything to it and you push hard and you do the best for others, it can be one of the best industries. Or, well, for obviously, I'm going to say it is the best industry. But yeah, you have any rounding off comments?
Sorry if I offended anyone. But apart from that, mate, no, like, I completely agree with what you're saying. I could rant on about it, mate, for...
Well, I mean, we can do this often, so...
Yeah, no, like...
But, yeah, no, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're new. Have you enjoyed it?
Yeah, mate, it was good.
Yeah,
it's good. It's like therapy to me, mate.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Except we can edit any stupid things we say.
Yeah, that.
Right, guys. Nice one. Speak later.
No.
No.
Oh, man.
How long were you holding that in?
I kind of bruised within the last, like, 5 minutes.
Oh, mate, that's honking. Fuck's sake.